Hello dear students. So let us discuss about the effect of lattice energy on the solubility of ionic solid. So the solubility of an ionic solid depends upon two factors. So one is the lattice energy and the second one is the hydration energy. Second one is the hydration energy. Okay, so this hydration energy, it is the amount of energy released when the ions are formed by the dissociation of an ionic solid. So interact with the water dipoles to form hydrated ions. So in an ionic solid, this lattice energy is high. Okay, high. So the ions will be held very tightly and the dissociation of the ionic solid is very less. Okay, so if the hydration energy, if this hydration energy is greater than, if hydration energy, if it is greater than the lattice energy, so then only the ionic solid becomes soluble in the polar solvents. Okay, so for an ionic solid to become soluble, so the hydration energy should be greater than the lattice energy. Okay, so hydration energy is the amount of energy released. Okay, so when the ions are formed by the dissociation of an ionic solid, so that is called as the hydration energy. So this lattice energy is usually high in case of ionic solids. So therefore an ionic solid to become soluble, the hydration energy should be greater than the lattice energy. Okay, so then only the ionic solid becomes soluble in water in a polar solvent. So next let us discuss about one more type of interaction. So that is covalent bond. Okay, so a covalent bond is formed by the mutual sharing of, it is formed by the mutual sharing of the electrons. Okay, electrons between the two bonded atoms. Okay, electrons of the two atoms. For example, see here. So hydrogen molecule, H2 molecule. So during the formation of hydrogen molecule, so the two hydrogen atoms, these two hydrogen atoms share the electrons. So these two electrons will be shared between the hydrogen atoms. So that results in the formation of a covalent bond. Okay. So similarly, for example, chlorine molecule. Chlorine molecule. So in a chlorine atom, so there are 7 electrons, valence electrons. Okay. So in another chlorine atom, there are 7 valence electrons. When these two electrons are shared between these two chlorine atoms. Okay. So a covalent bond will be formed. That results in the formation of chlorine atom. Okay. So similarly, HCl molecule. So hydrogen atom will share one electron and chlorine atom will share one electron. So therefore the mutual sharing of a pair of electrons between the two atoms, that results in the formation of a single covalent bond. Okay, so Similarly, a double covalent bond is formed when two pairs of electrons are shared between the two atoms. Okay, double bond. So double bond is formed when two pairs of electrons are shared between the two atoms. So for example, see here, oxygen molecule. Okay, so the atomic number of oxygen is 8. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4. Okay, so it has two electrons in the, so this is 2s orbital and this is 2p orbital. So there are two electrons in the 2s orbital. There are four electrons in the p orbital. Okay, so that means an oxygen atom has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. 6 electrons in their outermost orbitals. So therefore, okay, like this, each oxygen atom has 6 electrons in the outermost orbital. So when two pairs of electrons are shared between the two oxygen atoms, so that results in the formation of a double bond. Okay. So similarly, if you take the example of the formation of a triple bond. Okay, so triple bond. So a triple bond is formed when three pairs of electrons, are shared between the two atoms. For example, nitrogen molecule. Okay, so the atomic number of nitrogen is 7 and its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So that means the nitrogen has 3 plus 2, 5 electrons in its outermost orbital. So that means the nitrogen atom has total 5 valence electrons. So between these two nitrogen atoms, 3 pairs of electrons are shared. Okay, so that results in the formation of a triple bond between the two nitrogen atoms. Okay. So next, let us discuss about the properties of these covalent compounds. So properties of covalent compounds. So the covalent compounds, the first property of covalent compounds is that these covalent compounds have low melting point and boiling points. Low melting and boiling points. So the covalent compounds exist as molecules and not as ions. Okay, so these covalent compounds always exist as molecules but not as ions. Okay, but not as ions. So next one, so the covalent compound liquids and gases at room temperature and a higher molecular weight compounds are solids. Okay, so the covalent compounds are liquids and gases at room temperatures. So liquids and gases at room temperature. Room temperature. Okay. So and only high molecular weight compounds are solids at room temperature. So solids only so when they have high molecular weight. Okay. Generally the covalent compounds are either liquids or gases at room temperature, but when they have high molecular weight, So then only they will exist in the solid form. Okay. So these are insoluble in polar solvents. So the covalent compounds are insoluble in polar solvents. Okay, so polar solvents like water, but soluble in non-polar solvents. Soluble in non-polar solvents. Okay, like benzene, ether, etc. So these compounds are bad conductors of electricity in solutions. Okay, as well as in the molten state. So these covalent compounds are bad conductors of electricity, either in the solution state or in the molten state, because these covalent compounds doesn't contain the ions. Okay, so these are some of the properties of the covalent compounds. So covalent compounds have low melting and boiling points. So these compounds exist as molecules but not as the ions. Covalent compounds are generally liquids and gases at room temperature, but only high molecular weight compounds exist in solid state. So these covalent compounds are insoluble in polar solvent but soluble in non-polar solvents. Okay, so these covalent compounds are bad conductors of electricity in both the solution state as well as in the molten state. Okay, so these are the some of the properties of the covalent compounds.